YouTube viewer. I watch a lot of the YouTube viewers, and big up to Content Over Everything for bringing the Speaker's Corner to the internet and to so many millions of people. So I just want to thank you for that. But what I want to talk about is the behaviour of some of the double standards here that I've noticed in the park, and also outside the park on YouTube, and some of the words that have been said. So what I want to talk about specifically is about a bit about the tan situation, a bit about the behaviour of James. So there's several Jameses in the park, but I'm talking about the small guy, grey-haired with a cap on. A bit about Raj. So they were having a stream last week, and there's a gentleman there called Rob, who's a South African, and Hasan was present as well. And Hasan, James, Rob, Raj, they're all doing a stream together. And Rob and Hasan got into a bit of an argument, and Hasan said something very horrible, very horrendous about Rob's family. He said he wished that Rob's wife got raped in South Africa, and that his son got chopped up. And I was really surprised by the reaction that James and Raj even, and the others had to that. James in specific started laughing, and he said the phrase "I would masturbate to that." That's what he said. So I don't really understand that reaction, because he spends a lot of the time talking about gang, talking about respect, and having a go at him and about their so-called behaviour. But respect, I've never heard respect ever joke about rape or laugh about it. And this guy, he never even condemned Hasan for it. He didn't actually. All he did was he started laughing. He was laughing about it. So what is this? What are these double standards? I don't understand. I've got to say, I'm a bit disappointed in James, because I thought he was quite a well-balanced character. And but I just don't understand the way he reacted. I think.
Can we ask him about his over there?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can talk about it with him, but I think I don't understand his reaction to gang. Yeah. Like, why does he have this, like? He's not happy with gang acts, or he thinks they're acting in a criminal way. But when somebody jokes about rape, and you talk about, and you and Manny Cinder go on about how bad grooming is, and it is wrong, and you talk about it a lot. But when someone jokes about rape or threatens to wishes to somebody else's wife gets raped and gets chopped up, you don't even say anything against that man, or you don't really condemn it in any way, and you still associate with that person. So I've seen James today associate with Hasan, the man who threatened that he wanted to have Rob's wife raped and his son chopped up. What is that? And yet you talk against respect for stuff he hasn't even done, or you presume he's doing some sort of criminal behaviour. I just don't understand the double standard. So is it? And I want to know, what is this? Is it because you think maybe? Is it some sort of group behaviour that you're against? Do you think that just because there's a group of black people together that there's some sort of criminal element going on? Is that what it is? Because I haven't actually ever seen gang do anything criminal in the park. When I say that, I do watch a lot of content stuff on YouTube, and I've seen sometimes maybe there's a bit of pushing and shoving, maybe some words said, but no threats about rape. So what is this, James? What is this hypocrisy? I don't get it. I want to have an explanation about that.
Let me get him, man. He's over there, man.
Yeah.
Yo, James. Hey, see how he's on a run-up thing. I'm on a hype thing in the morning. Hey, James. I'll go on, man. I'll go on, brother. You good? Yeah.
What's up, brother? Hey, Dave.
Cool, yeah, fam. Hey, that brother wants an explanation. How come you laughing at Hasan saying he's going to rape Rob and all of that, but you're so critical of gang?
Yeah.
Did you not have the whole thing with the live stream where we argued about it? Hasan threatened to punch me. I asked him to apologise.
Have you seen that guy before? Have you spoken to him before?
Which guy?
On the fence right over there. I was just doing a live stream with him, innit?
Oh, that guy there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we came over just a second ago.
Yeah.
We had a whole argument, and Hasan was really cross with me because everybody said he should apologise.
You wanted to hear your explanation, I'm saying, come over.
Come over?
Yeah, tell him to come over, man.
Yeah.
I said, you might as
Totally agree,
well say it in front of James so that he can
Come over.
explain for himself rather than
It's all
speculating.
quarrel
Yeah.
and fighting with each
Yeah,
other.
yeah,
How you doing? I take it you
Very
didn't
well.
see the other live stream where we all argued about that whole Rob apology thing. You didn't see that? We had a massive
The one
Barney.
the day after. I just
Yeah, that's
Actually,
really
yeah.
nice to talk to you, and you. Yeah, well,
Actually,
you know,
yeah.
we'll
I
chat.
just don't like the fact that, I'm sorry, and I don't mean to
Yeah, yeah.
offend you.
No, you won't offend me.
It just, you associate with a chap called Hasan who
Yep.
has, he actually wished that Rob's wife gets raped. He
Well, he-
actually made that statement. And
It was a terrible thing, awful thing, but he didn't. I mean, I'm
and
not.
he didn't apologise. He apologised to
No,
the people.
I know he didn't.
He
And
didn't
he won't.
apologise.
And he won't.
Yeah.
I've had it out with him privately.
Right.
We've had it out on the channel. He's not going to do it. The thing is, if we just go, we've got two choices here, right? We can come in and go all guns blazing and say, you will do this thing, or fuck you, we're not talking to you anymore. Which I presume is what you think we should be doing.
Well, I think there's a bit of a double standard here because, like, for example, Manny Cinder has come out.
There
and
is a
said
double
lot-
standard. I agree with
Yeah,
you. Double standard.
a lot of stuff against, justifiably so, against grooming gangs and the way they behave. He's haven't made statements saying that he wished all Asian people, leave England.
Yeah, which I argued against.
Right. But yet again, he associates with a chap who's threatened rape against
Yeah, yeah.
someone's wife,
Yeah, yeah.
and asked for someone's son to be chopped up. You
Yeah,
know, I just don't. I'm sorry. I actually do like you actually a lot. I've listened to a lot of what you said.
But you think
But
I need to be harder?
Yeah, well,
Which is what everybody says. Everybody says.
I think what you have a certain way with gang and respect. You have a, like, I think from what I've listened to, you don't like the way they sometimes behave in the park, and they may do certain things.
No, I think
But
there's
you associate
yeah.
with a gentleman
yeah.
who's actually
Yeah,
threatened
there's a
rape.
contradiction. I agree.
Yeah,
There's a contradiction. Yeah.
that's what I'm just calling out. Really.
I think the issue is that these are my friends, right? So I'm
You
interacting.
could call him a friend, someone who's. and
yes, of course.
Something else I think that's horrendous is the way he actually attacked Tan. Hasan actually hit Tan in the face.
Terrible. We had a whole
How can you
conversation about it.
associate with such a gentleman? I mean,
Well, this-
I'm
No, that's fine. You can say it's perfectly
Yeah.
valid, brother. I understand completely. The thing is that if you've got friends, you can either turn your back on them and say, that's it, screw you, you've said the thing that offends me, or I don't agree with that, or we can carry on talking and have another voice in there that has an opposing opinion. What's the best option? Because what you're talking, I don't know gang personally. I have actually chatted last week, very briefly to Raspect. A couple of times I've chatted off camera. I speak to Mike off camera. You don't see any of that, right? I'm not in their face. Me and Mike are going to have a conversation about racism, hopefully at some point. It'll be interesting. But these people, you're right, I associate with these people. These are my friends. I don't have to do that, but I do that because I consider them my friends. Now, like I said, I can either just say, see you later, you made a comment. I don't see any benefit in that. What do you think?
no,
What do you think? Come on.
I think that's an honest answer you've just given me there. I think human beings are maybe flawed in the behaviour.
Totally.
We all have hypocrisies and double,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with that.
There's no double standard here, though,
I
in
just
the
wanted
sense
to
that
understand. I just wanted to understand.
Yeah. It's bad behaviour.
Because
No
I see you someone who's into like justice and equality, and
yeah.
and I
No,
think
there is
I
a
think
double-
I,
there is a double
I think I was just a bit disappointed with you and Manny Cinder. Manny Cinder in particular, because he goes on so much. It's really important to him, from what I understand about the whole grooming situation, because I think it's quite personal. And I also really understand.
Okay, so let's talk about Manny. Me and Manny are going to have a live stream about grooming, hopefully, at some point.
Yeah.
Now, I am acutely aware that even though you might see me as being associating or reveling in it, what I'm
You said a particular phrase.
Yeah.
You said something about masturbating. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just joking. What's up? Yes, Hasan and Raj are having a live stream, but that's going to be their own little show where they attack people, as you can imagine. It's a roasting savages or something, as they call it.
Yeah.
So my problem is that and because it's on camera, it's very awkward. But what happens to me is that if I come to you and you're an aggressive, nasty racist, I've got two choices. We can either try and find some common ground. In other words, I've got to kind of act a certain way, or I can just say, you racist, and walk off, in which case we get nowhere. Now, I'm acutely aware that when I'm talking to certain people, I'm offending them. Even with words that you might think are completely okay, I'm massively offending them. Look at last night, conversation about women and pay gap.
Yeah.
I was just being attacked constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And you do get a lot of abuse. I gotta say,
Yeah,
you get it from Hassan as well. He
yeah,
calls
but,
you.
but it's racist abuse. Have you noticed? Have you noticed how
Yeah, he
Preston,
does.
for example, who's a black guy, he's saying exactly the same as me, but I'm getting attacked. You want to join in?
No.
We're talking about last night.
Oh.
Yeah, we're talking about last night. Because I don't.
I just don't like the way you attack Tan.
Has, come on,
like
come
you
in.
physically hit him in the face.
Oh shit.
So you're alright with people coming to your house, being physical with you, but you'd rather not be physical back?
Was he actually physical with you, or did he point his finger into your...
And then do an each punch. That would be classified as a...
Could've killed him with that one inch
Did I not
punch.
argue with you about this?
How do you justify attacking Rob? I'm no friend of Rob, but how you threatened that you asked for his wife to get raped and his son to get chopped up. Can you apologise for that?
Do you understand the term context?
Go on.
Alright. Now, what do you know the backstory of that context?
No.
So then making assumptions like that would be pretty
I heard.
irresponsible of you.
I heard.
Did you hear the stream though, didn't you? Because
Will you apologise for your behaviour?
It was actually shown on the stream why the attack took place. Did you just care not to hear that bit?
All right, tell me then.
Now, would you like to tell me that if you heard it? Because you seem to have heard the bit that I said pretty well.
I listened to you. It was on. The stream was on for several
hours. The bit that I'm
hours.
trying to find out is what part did you pick up and what part did you not, so I could then explain it to you without taking too much of your time. Did you hear the whole stream?
I heard the vast majority of the stream.
Oh, you just heard the bits that you wanted to hear?
No,
he's not saying that.
I'm not saying that.
But you're asking me the very same question. What I'm saying is if someone, for example, if me and this guy are friends, yeah, and we've got like a little thing going, and you come down and you go, bro, this favour, dump him and come with me, what would you call that?
I'm talking.
I'm asking you a question, my brother. This is a very simple concept that is called conversation. I want to allow you to speak as well. I don't want to just talk.
I don't know, what would you call it?
What would you call it? It's a question.
I would just call it talking.
No, see, that's not what's called talking. What's used is talking, but also talking is classified, brother, I'm going to kill you. That's not talking no more. It's a threat.
What I'm trying to say.
So look, just the words talking. Look at the context. Talking and using threatening terms. Both talking, but both very different forms of talking, aren't they? Yeah. So can we establish that now you know the difference between certain types of talking and other types of talking?
Right. Can we just agree that you and I have got a different line in the sand to him?
Yeah.
We have, haven't we?
I just think
we think his comment to Rob was completely ridiculous, but he doesn't.
I don't.
He thinks it's valid.
In a time of being abusive with each other, I think it's very acceptable.
He thinks that Rob, and I think he's got a point, okay, that Rob is pompous, and he's using words, he's using clever words to undermine someone. That's what he thinks he's doing, and he is doing that, in fairness.
And I would have to say that I don't think Rob is, because he believes in freedom of speech so much, he wasn't actually personally offended.
He wasn't, well,
the way
yes and no.
And I didn't apologise to Rob. I apologise to all the people.
Yes, I know you did.
Yeah,
he knows that there's no truth in that statement.
Exactly.
He's intelligent enough to know that.
He does.
But Rob does. To be fair, Rob does use. He does call people. He likes to say low IQ. He likes to say, and he throws that into the conversation. And Haas picks up on this, and that's why he went.
That's how I could dismantle him
without
me.
I don't like the way you did it. I think
I don't like the way you did it.
Do you
mind me asking you one thing?
Argue?
The way you got to where you are in life, I don't like the way that happened, but it's a part of life. We all got our ways. You got your way of doing things, he's got his way of doing things. As long as we could do it legally, that's the only thing.
Hassan, I understand, but
you don't.
You condemn Muslims who rape, who grooming gangs, justifiably so.
Yeah.
But how can you use the same sort of language, such inflammatory language, against another person about threatening? How does that work? How do you?
I'll give you an example. I don't have a book that says that's how I've got to go on with people. Islam does. So when I deal with someone that I've got an experience in knowing how to deal with in a very efficient manner, which it was demonstrated, which was just demonstrated on the show. So the experience that I had wasn't contrary to what you're thinking. Now you might have a way of talking to someone and sort of like going around this long, rude road. I don't. I just go, you know what? I need to get to B. And I look at the most straightest line there and go, what's my past experience told me how to deal with it? But with a person that lives in South Africa, that believes in free speech and is currently having a massive genocide, what's those 3 things that I can connect that I'm going to be able to use to demolish the person in front of me? And guess
what he's saying is he's not condoning rape.
Yeah.
He's saying he's using a different
set
of words. He's saying using a different set of words.
It's like me knowing you from me knowing you that
to put him down,
begging the phrase that you're the only unique person in a group of people that hate you, and what I will do in that case will overemphasize that all the people around you hate you, and you're the only one that's different. So there's a tap. Now, do I want Rob's wife to get raped? No. Do I want his children to get hurt? No. But when Rob comes down and he throws the first stone into my glass house,
which
guess
you
what?
and I don't see necessarily.
Which you don't see, but I do. Well, guess what? I'm going to start picking up stones and I'm going to start throwing them back. I don't understand what the hard concept here is.
I just don't think it.
Do you accept though that?
I understand. Maybe a bit better, but I don't respect.
But that was
what you
actually
do.
explained on the show.
I don't respect what you do. I
don't want you to respect.
You don't care.
Me,
Probably, obviously, you don't know who I am. You don't care what I think.
Do you care about me?
What? I don't know you.
This is
I care
the
what both
mentality,
of you think.
brother. Look, if me and TNT now, or me and Leon. Now, me and Leon are going to have a little different way of dealing with things because me and Leon have got a little bit of history together.
Yeah.
Me and TNT have got a little bit of history together. Me and Fig. Now, the way I talk to matey, James, I could not talk to Leon like that or TNT like that because we ain't got that rapport. But with James, I rip him a new arsehole every time I see him.
Sure.
And we do it lovingly.
Sure.
But
what you say,
Rob, there was no lovingly there.
It's going out to millions of people, and not everybody can understand the subtlety of what you were doing.
Excuse my...
And you shouldn't joke about... You
I
shouldn't
use
use
very
it. You shouldn't
simple
use
words there, brother.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't
you
use
can't
very
criticise...
explicitly long words so people could understand. Now, if you want to understand, look, see, this is the problem that I face with people. That if you got it, I can see in your head that flame has died down and it's quashed, but yet you're still pushing it, and I don't mind.
The reason I
don't mind for the
viewers
viewers
and why it went all shit between me and him is because a little birdie whispered in my ear that he was going to apologise, and he didn't. And so we thought he's going to apologise. And when he came on and he didn't, I said, come on. And he got entrenched. He was completely angry with me then, as you know, because he threatened to smack me in the mouth next Sunday. This Sunday, Where is it? Where's my punch? Come on.
There you go.
Where's my punch?
One stuck in the
So
face.
he threatened he got angry with me because I was calling him on it. Because I'm in the same
look,
I don't like what he said.
I threatened him. Have we stuck it apart from that?
You'd lose. You know you'd lose.
Oh, fair point. And another thing as well, if you had noticed, I actually let Tan slide on that one. But when Tan got up the second time, guess what? I'm not made of nothing else apart from, bruv, you come to my home, you eat my food, I let you slide once, and now you want to test me again.
But,
bruv, I'm going to wreck the fucking face out of you.
He was getting annoyed because of what you were saying, okay? For some reason, Tan,
wait, hold on.
I don't know if he's been through...
Is this the same person? Is this the same person that's been going around offending absolutely everyone? Is that the same Tan that we're talking about?
Yeah, but he's a freedom... He's actually a
No,
true
he's not
freedom
that,
of speech.
because that had been proved there on that day that he is not for freedom of speech. Again, I'm sorry that I've got to explain this.
He's
in
right
the
about that
most
because he
lamest
didn't like
terms.
rape. He said the rape was a word you couldn't use.
Is that not a word that we use?
He could call people the M word, but he
I
couldn't
get
say
what you're
rape.
saying.
No, brother, you don't.
Right
What you're saying is you're
you
using
should have the freedom
emotions
of...
rather than your logic. And I could tell that you're a very logical person because you're standing very relaxed and you're listening. But what's happening is you're not going, yeah, you know what? Guys checkmated me. Let me just let it go. Instead, you're like, got your shovel out.
I don't think this is about checkmating. I think we're just talking. It's not a game we're playing.
It is a game.
It's a game.
It is definitely a game.
Biggest
Life
sign.
is all a big role
We're all
playing game.
in different games. That's the
We're
problem.
all in, like,
He's
people, I
playing
don't
a
want to be
different- he's
nasty.
playing a
I know
different game
people
to
that
you and
go
me.
down to the forest and pretend that they're Superman. Now you tell me that's not a fucking game. But I know people that come down and want to perceive this other logic. I know people that want to be the cameraman. I know people that want to be the intelligent one that sits back. They're all playing their own little games.
Yeah.
It's called life in their world, but it's a game to me.
I tell you one thing about this guy, right? He chats a lot of shit. He does. No, listen to me. He chats a lot of shit, says a lot of stupid shit, but he does drop in truths in there, and we miss them because he's so offensive all the time that sometimes he said something about currency the other day. Do you remember? And Ash picked it up and I didn't. And Ash he said, no, Hass is right about this. So he will chat stuff, and because he talks such nonsense all the time, or most of the time, because he's having a good laugh, he put a pearl of wisdom in there and you'll miss it completely, and that is actually the truth.
And that's what
But your beef is really with me, not with him, right? Your beef is with me not calling him enough on it.
I think with you, I think with Hasan, you have your way of arguing, you have your personality. You are who you are.
Yeah.
You know, but I
But
think.
would you like me to be like James?
Well, no, you can be who you want to be.
I'm trying to explain though. See, this is again like me questioning. Would you like everyone to be the same?
Privately.
No.
Yeah. So why then is it really offending your eyes when you see different?
I think I was seeing a double standard. That's what I'm.
Yeah, but in me, not in Has.
My double standard is not.
Well, I think you speak against.
Are
you against screaming gangs, aren't you?
Bro, I'm against any sort of.
But I just don't like the
not
fact
just
that you're
grooming
joking
gangs.
about
I'm
rape
against
and
paedophiles. I'm against rapists. I'm against murderers. I'm against thieves. I'm against people that go around mugging people off. I'm against a lot of things.
Yeah, but
I'm against a lot of things.
Bro,
I'm against violence. But it doesn't mean that. Hold on. Again, you use the best ammo to be able to deal with what you've got. Now, if I'm in a fight club. We wouldn't have been talking. We won't be sitting there going, you know what, your mum's this, your dad's this. I'll go, yeah, you know what, bun this. Yeah, let's get the gloves on, do a little warm up, and then we'll just go.
I'm not happy with Manny Cinder. I'm not happy with Raj. I'm not. They associate with someone who's been violent with somebody else. That's why.
Well, hold on. So if someone's beating the shit out of you, you'd be alright.
Because I think you've got a valid point. He's saying that when we call gang, for example, we call the Jedi and his bullying. Yeah. Okay. We need to differentiate or not between Jedi bullying and your bullying.
Brother.
That's where is that right? Is that fair?
Well, are you saying that my concept of what bullying is not your concept of being able to defend yourself? Because defense and bullying are two categorically different things. I give you an example. I come up to Andy and go, Andy, brother, how's everything? And Andy goes, you know what, bun you, bruv, you're a fucking arsehole. And then starts bullying me.
As opposed to
I won't go up to him, but if I'm going up to, and then he comes up to me this time.
But he has bullied people he shouldn't have bullied.
I get it.
No, you don't. You don't.
No, he does.
No, you don't. Because again, you just emphasise
just the way I see
camera. No, my brother, that means that you might need to see things as it really is. Because you were given the information. I've told you this categorically looking at you, and yet you still don't believe it.
I think you can, but you're clever enough to see that.
Was I being manipulated?
If you can call gang out on their negative behaviour for bullying, which they do.
Am I bullying? Was I bullying? Was I bullying him?
I think you were bullying Tan. I think you were trying to bully Rob. Yes, I think you were. I think you were using a tactic, but you can still be seen as bullying.
No, brother. Bullying is when people go up to people and bully them. Is it like?
I think
this guy has done nothing to me. As a bully, I will just go to him and bully him because that's what I do.
You can't change the fact that there was a physical altercation between you and Tan. And you can't call out other people on being bullies and being violent if you do it yourself.
It's not.
Can I say something?
When violence occurs, you must have missed the bit where he was being violent.
Who was being violent?
He put his finger in his face.
Again, I've just explained to you what he done.
Yeah.
All right, do you not see that as a form of violence? No.
I think it's quite provocative behaviour, but it's not actually violent.
Hold on.
Can I say something?
Someone going up to somebody, putting a finger on them and giving them an inch punch is not violent. Maybe you might need to. I don't want to talk to you,
Hassan, you are who you are.
Bob, I'm just saying.
Blood, who you fucking talking to like that? Who you talking to like that?
Hey, come on,
Don't fucking talk about me like that.
I don't want to.
I'm not your little boy, fam.
Alright, so now going
Don't
back
talk to me like that, cousin.
as I was saying, that's how it happens.
Man, I'm bad boy.
You understand me?
You dickhead.
That's how it happens.
Fucking pussy.
There's a difference. That's called a bully.
Shut up, you pussy.
That's a bully.
You're lucky you don't get fucking
you want to see what a bully
shut
is? That's a bully. Right, now have you addressed what a bully is? in your head?
This is the biggest cock in Speaker's Corner. This little pussy you're right here. Recognize my face, he's a pussy, you know. Talking about jihadi. Fucking pussy jihadi, you know. You're talking to me like that. Do I know you, Hassan?
Bro, do you know me?
Did I come to you?
Do you know me?
Did I come to you?
Do you know me?
Watch how you talk to man, you know.
Do you know me?
Bro, someone's gonna take your head off, blood.
Whenever you're ready.
Yeah. You think you're bad, you're not fucking bad, you're a little pussy, blood.
Do you think it's behaviour like that? Is that behaviour like that? Is that one of the reasons why you
don't take bullshit and just get straight to the point? Yeah.
Have you had so many?
His whole history. Don't forget, he was a Muslim as himself, so he has a whole history.
So you know the history that you got and my history are two different stories.
Yeah, different experiences.
All right. So then, why are you then only seeing it in your view? Look, because I'm sure in your life that you have seen many lives fold and fold.
And that ties him a gang, brother. That ties him a gang as well. They have a history. They have it. They have a. And I said on the show, in a way, they're obligated to do what they do.
I've not said nothing to you.
They're obligated. If I was in their shoes, I'd do the same thing.
Bro, I've met this guy several times before.
Argue against him, right?
You never spoke
to me.
Man's talking to me like I'm a kid, you know.
Allowing for this.
Bruv, on road, this geezer will be shook on his own out here. On his own, he'll be pussy out here. On his own. He's fucking Tan's right hand sex boy. You see me?
Not anymore, brother.
That's what he is.
No, it's gone.
Yes.
Finished.
When Tan was here, he was around Tan saying Jedi is a fucking terrorist and calling Jedi out saying Jedi's bullying people. Jedi won't bully no one. When big man come to you, you stay quiet. But when someone else is looking Muslim and they're staying quiet, you want to start calling them jihadi, bruv. What's wrong with you, fam? Get on the real level, fam. Real talk. Not everyone's gonna listen. Not everyone's gonna listen to your shit, blood. No. Not everyone's. No. My brother, it's different. If I come to you, you said hi to me.
Of course.
I said hi to you.
Of course.
I shook your hand.
Right.
We're cool. But as soon as I walked next to my man, and I'm saying, and all I was gonna say was, "You're right there, Hassan. Cool, man. Nice day, yeah." Because I've been watching. I've been watching his videos.
Brother, he's
I've been
testing
watching.
you. You know that, right?
Doesn't matter. He can test me all he wants.
History, family, man.
You know my history.
Just walk away.
You know my history. Was I married to your sister?
Brother, it doesn't matter if you want.
So how do you know me?
Bruv, because I've seen you about.
You ain't seen me nowhere, blood. I seen you about. How about that? How about that, bruv?
Okay.
How about that?
So it's the
You
first
can't
time you're
speak
coming
to me
the
like
park.
you speak to
This
all
is your
these
first
man.
time in the park.
No, Hassan, let me
Is
tell
this
you
your
something,
first time
blood.
into the
Let me
park?
tell these geezers
Is
something.
this the first
Let me
time
tell
you're
you
in the
something.
park?
This boy's a little
Yeah.
boy,
he's
fam.
been on video.
Little boy, you know.
seen this brother on
Little
video.
boy. Man like this get slap up. You see me? Real nigga shit. Man like this will get punched up.
You
Yeah?
hear the language
Yeah.
that you're hearing?
Yeah. I'm
no
telling you.
racism, no racism
Hassan,
there now.
he called
No
me a
racism there
jihadi.
now.
Look, for the camera,
racism
for the
there.
camera, he called me a jihadi. I'm telling you on camera,
what I
he's a
mean?
pussy. He's a pussy,
must be
and he ain't
hypocrite.
got balls.
To use the N-word,
He ain't got balls. He ain't got balls. He's a cock. He sucks cock. He talks like dick. And he must sniff cock. The geezer's a cock, fam. You get me?
You're
Have a
very
nice day.
entertaining, sir. You're very entertaining.
Have a nice day, Hassan.
Just
Have a
try
nice day.
avoiding using the N-word, bruv.
No,
You get
bruv.
upset with
No,
that.
bruv. I can say nigga. You know why I can say nigga? You know why I can say that word? Can I tell you, COE, why I can say that? Because I'm the first brown brother on your block with black knowledge, never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. Mind your mouth, you know, fam. You don't know me. Yeah? Let me tell you. Everyone that I roll with, COE, yeah, I roll with real black brothers that respect brown brothers. I roll with real brown brothers that respect black brothers. Not be around Tan 1 minute in a week and start. Bruv, don't get in my fucking face, fam. Move for me, blood. Move for me, fam. Move for me, cousin. Can you move for me, blood? Move for man. Yeah?
Don't touch him though.
Yeah, but tell man to move for me, brother. I'm not your
Give him
boyfriend, cuz.
personal space.
Yeah.
Space.
Listen, the point is, I had nothing against. I had nothing. I had nothing against.
I hope
whatever.
the audience will
Hassan,
see that
Hassan, don't matter.
the readily
COE,
available
COE,
use of the N-word
COE.
and how it's
Bruv,
not us
bruv,
that
come here.
so-called racists
Come here.
that like to use.
Hey, this geezer just called me a jihadi. On camera. He called me a fucking jihadi, you know.
Which one? Oh, Hassan.
Yeah, this Hassan.
Cracker, look at his teeth, bro. How's he talking?
What going with these people? And then he's saying don't drop N-words. Bruv, ask real black man that if you know a black man is your bedroom and you're cool with him to a level where you're like brothers and siblings, certain man use certain convo. Did not Raspek say that last time he came here? He said certain Asian brothers say that word because they're around certain black men their whole lives. Yeah? Yeah. But listen, you got different culture upbringing, brother. You're not from the roads like that. You're not from the roads.
Just to let you know, I had
You
a
get
lot
me?
of my brothers as well being brought up with, but you know what, when we used to use words like that,
Yeah, but you
they'd
fucking
kindly
call me
tell us, you
terrorist.
know, yeah, bruv, just
Blood,
say
you
it,
call me
bruv.
fucking
If you
terrorist,
respect
jihadi.
us, you don't
Shut
use
your
that
mouth,
word,
blood.
and we don't
Shut
use
your
that
mouth,
word.
you know. Shut your
But
mouth.
obviously, he ain't had that
Shut your
talk,
mouth,
bruv.
blood. You're
Yeah,
illiterate.
had that talk,
You're illiterate. You're a little boy. Little man. You're not a big man. You're a little boy, you know. Mind your mouth when you're talking, you know. Anyway, big shout out to COE. Keep it real out here. And all these fake men that are out here talking investigation, fucking working for the feds. All of y'all, man, can go suck your mothers and suck your mother's pussies. You get me? Man being real out here today. Fuck it, man, gonna be real and speak the truth. Black man corner, so when it comes to gang, COE, and all these people, they're speaking truth, bruv. They're trying to help their communities. They're trying to help the young youths out here. They're trying to get them education. These man right here, they're trying to take your kids and become pedophiles. Watch out for these man. These man are pedophile, you know. Yeah, real talk. COE, one love.
I keep it calm for the rest of the day, though. Keep it calm. You don't want no high for the part, bro.
He got irate.
Oh, what a splendid example.
Yeah.
That chap's on video, actually. He was arguing about use of the P word. I'm going to use that.
Is he?
I'm
Is he
sure
a
he
nice
is.
guy?
Everybody
You know what?
is.
You need to get yourself a better description of what
He's
a
a-
nice
he's
Or
a-
guy
do
is.
you understand the
catalyst,
use
he
of the
is.
word nice?
He will tempt the evil out of you.
Sarcastic?
Very quickly.
Oh, okay.
He's very good at that.
I thought he was highly triggered,
But Rob didn't.
offensive,
Highly emotional.
violent, near violent.
No,
No?
power to
No?
Rob, power to
No?
Rob.
Resolve
Oh,
the
were we
issue.
talking about the same person?
Are
Are we talking about the same person?
that.
And Robert's in the
because
comments as well.
You did
saying
see all that, did you?
He didn't need the apology.
You did see all that.
It's only
And you come to a
enlarged his
different
feelings.
conclusion.
Family, could you do me a favour as well?
There's something to
Seriously,
that.
if you don't mind, Rob, genuinely, all it was is tit for tat, family. That's all it was. Nothing personal.
That back and forth with
Yeah,
Rob, though.
that's basically it, brother.
All I'm saying is anytime you jump on a live stream, you have to get drunk. I want drunk Hassan.
Yeah. You like that? You like that one,
I don't
innit?
like sober Hassan.
You like that
Can I
one?
go and get creative beer?
He was
I have
wilding.
noticed that
As soon as Rob started speaking, he started moving to...
Have you seen the video that they put
That can
up?
trigger him.
Oh
so
man,
good.
just
And
check
that's
Full
fair.
Shepherd, guys. He's
Are
put
you-
a
are you-
wicked.
Does he
Check the email.
Yeah, but before Full Shepherd, big up COE, subscribe, like, press up, comment, drop your bars. We're waiting for it, brother.
I can't have free speech.
And look at free speech here.
Back at you, Lee.
I think
know
with
how
free
it
speech here you
always
can
is
get,
with me and you,
it's
G.
good,
Come
but
on.
you get a chaos then as well.
Full Shepherd said check your email.
Yeah,
What do you
I'm
think about,
gonna.
what do you
I
think
checked
about
already,
this worth
bruv.
on camera, but what do you think about Moses
Alright.
for laughing? Because I felt that Moses laughing is the best response.
Laughing at what?
Laughing at Tan saying the N-word. Moses laughed. What do you think of that?
Well, I think you have to think about the situation itself. What, he was surrounded by 30 people. And
Yeah, but just laughing it off, saying
yeah.
Tan's
No, when Tan
just
was
saying
using
Tan's
it.
an idiot, Tan's a joker. Isn't that the best? Isn't that the best approach? Just
Laugh
saying
it off.
you
Is it
idiot.
when he actually said the offensive words?
You saying that's your back?
Tan too, you know. I heard Tan said that we just got confirmation that this guy here, the reason why he goes around the park here and says jihadi to people is because he hasn't got no foundation because he left Islam. So basically he was a Muslim, brother. Now he's
Tan
no
used to be a
longer.
Muslim?
Nah,
You said
Tan. This is someone that knows Tan in it that told me about.
He used to be a Muslim.
Yeah, that Hussein used to be a Muslim, innit, cuz?
Hussein.
Yeah, oh, Hassan, innit, Hassan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why he goes around doing this. So just for CLE clarification, my face is never on camera, innit? But like, man tried to hop me up in the park talking about I'm a jihadi terrorist, which I'm obviously not, bruv. Otherwise I wouldn't be free out here on road. But yeah, guys, just keep watching the channel. Support only, people that are trying to be positive out here. And people like that, man, just bun them, bruv. Don't even record them. Don't even give them airtime. CLE2 exclusive. Bang shooters. Gang. One love.
He's what is called a plastic Muslim wannabe, bruv.
So one thing I want to talk about maybe is a bit about Tan himself.
Yeah, let's go for it.
And where is he now? I mean, in terms of,
He's in
I
prison.
think
He's
in prison.
You know the
Bruv,
details.
look, all I'm going to say is what's been said already, that currently Tan is in custody. And that's it. I can't say no more because promises have been made.
Inciting violence, I presume.
Has Tan fallen then? Because I
He's
think
inciting violence.
To be honest,
Tan
I'm
is,
done with Tan anyway.
What did you want to talk
I
about
really
Tan?
don't even
Apart
want
from the fact
to
that
say
well,
that guy's name
I
one
think
more time in
it's
my
kind
life.
of quite a sad end to Tan because I think he had there was a time
You
when he
know
was
what?
against the Muslims,
G?
but then
I'm a mother's
he
lad.
went
It
against
took me by
Tommy
surprise as well,
Robinson crew that was
It could've
defending
been.
him,
It could've-
and they turned against him as well.
got fourth on me.
And I think now that he's got
Okay,
no,
what do you think about the white guys that walked around?
I think he took them
Do you
for
think that I felt that I said this on the live stream, I think they were revelling in the racism. Do you think that?
yeah, I think
They
so.
were enjoying it.
I didn't know if you've seen that stream with James Goddard.
I did. It was embarrassing.
And the moment he turned against Tommy Robinson, they just left him just like that. They're just like, and they're trying to beat him up.
But they're hypocrites, aren't they? Hypocrites.
Yeah, they are.
Let's
They are.
say if he was going to come back to the park and then when he was and then by security.
You missed that bit, bro.
Well, let's say something about Tan here. He came and gave the speech. I was stood right next to him on the first speech, which was incomprehensible. We talked about zombies and all sorts of nonsense. Then he gave the second speech, which I didn't listen to, and that's when he said the N-word umpteen times, right? So everybody said that when he went over there, they didn't know he was going to do that. I don't understand that.
No, I
because
think they heard what you said.
I think they revelled in it, surely. Right?
I think he's like an outlet for stuff
Hey.
they can't say.
Yeah.
He's like a, and
Brother, how you doing?
I think they were using Tan until he turned against them. Then,
For their own experience.
Yeah, which means they're not for freedom of speech, right?
yeah, well, no, of course
They're not for freedom. They said they were for freedom of speech, and then he said the N-word, and they were around him. They enjoyed it, but then they realised they looked like clowns. So then they had to say, "Oh, we're distancing ourselves."
They made a video as well.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen that video of based Amy. Like,
Why is she
abusing-
called Based Amy? Can somebody please tell me? Why is she
because
called
apparently she
Based?
can say whatever she wants to say, and
Amy based in the UK.
Based Amy. Why is she called that?
and she's
I
chasing
think
Tan.
there's a movement called Based or something.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
I
Beats
think
me.
based means woke, doesn't it?
yeah, based.
Is that what it is?
Keep up
Conscious.
with
Conscious.
keep up with the youth.
It's the white version of woke.
Oh, is it?
It means
A bit
aware
too-
of.
we're a bit too
Based
old-
is
we're a
on the
bit too old,
right,
Andy, for
woke
this.
is on the left.
Okay.
I understand from my studies of Youth culture.
Youth culture. The youths.
I mean, do you think Tan, there's something wrong with him mentally or psychologically? Do you think?
Okay, well,
have you met him? Have you talked to him?
Yes, I have. I came here, and it was the last day that he was here before he went back, and then he came again, right? Yeah. So it was that last day, and he was, to my mind, compos mentis. So this argument that he's insane, I do say he says insane crap, and I think the fame's gone to his head. So he's sort of saying, the more I act out, the more sort of a following and the reaction I get. So I think he's playing a part.
Okay.
Do you think he's going to get a job like Red Media? Like Red Media?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Because he lost a lot of support when he was doing these speeches, and then he started going on these tangents about Lucy Brown, and I think he's genuinely
Hitler as well. Hitler.
Yeah, and I think he's genuinely in love with Lucy Brown.
He said, "You're my Ava Brown to my Hitler," or something like that. So he's deliberately trying to touch every offensive base to wind everybody up.
Was she like a former camerawoman for camera?
Yeah, she was.
But yes, it was.
But they turned against her as well.
She was sacked because apparently she invited Ali Dawa to that freedom march.
And they got assaulted something. They got done.
Yeah, that's a long
story.
Been done to death, that one. Yeah. Sorry.
So now he's in prison, is that right, Leon?
Well, he's been arrested.
I think it's quite a sad end to him. I feel sorry for him because.
Did he have a point though? Do you think?
I think he needs to be sexual.
I think.
No, I think he's.
He impressed me. I got to say, even though I come from a Muslim background myself.
What, from guts? Having guts, you mean, or?
Well, the fact that he threw a Quran. This is a guy who threw a Quran on the floor.
Hey, what, you ain't Muslim no more?
Well, I think a lot about Islam myself.
Okay.
I was raised, with Islamic beliefs.
Muhammad Jadab Ali Dawa, get down there, mate. Get down there.
So you're culturally still a Muslim, you'd say?
I am. I have a lot of thoughts. There's a lot of hypocrisies that Muslims do that I question. A lot of the behaviour that they do.
Right, but the religion itself, not their behaviour, because people are the way they are, right?
I mean, I understand this is going out to millions of people.
Millions.
So I really don't want to.
5 million.
No, about 3 people.
He wished it was millions.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of.
Hello world. You're Bentley by now, isn't it?
I just don't like the way that human beings have used religion and the hypocritical way they behave, the violence,
I don't think anybody does.
the lies, the deceit, and there's a lot of flaws in human beings. But when you have a religion that says that it has to be perfect, it is the perfect religion, then it has to, you have to read that as well, and you have to have a realm where you can question those sort of beliefs and a safe space.
But is that what it says? Really? Or is that just human interpretation? Is it a manipulation of what it says?
Yeah.
Are they taking a metaphor? Because when we say perfect, we don't actually mean, there is no such thing as perfect, right?
I think it depends on people's interpretation.
But that is what religion is. Isn't Christianity supposed to be the perfect? Isn't Islam?
Yeah, but isn't it human beings
isn't the
just
Quran supposed to
corrupting
be
a concept
unchanged
at the end of the day?
throughout the beginning of history?
Of course, because people use it for their own ends, right? They manipulate, they exploit, and they use religion. Religion is, a great form of control. So, an opiate, as who would say.
But it also brings comfort to millions of people as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's simple as well.
And that's the contradiction.
If you pray, you'll get a benefit. You'll live for eternity when you die.
There's a chap here that argues we need it for control. If you get more than 150 people together, you need some form of ideology to bind them. Otherwise, chaos. Otherwise, they can't. There's no moral grounding.
Doesn't Islam contain the idea that it is the final of all the prophets? Muhammad is the final.
Yes.
And therefore, that's where the perfection idea comes from, surely. And whether or not you can read that into the text, you hear that from a lot of Muslims.
But I think it's overemphasising.
It may be. But would you agree that is in the mind of a lot of Muslims, that even if they're living in an imperfect state wherever they are in the world, there is a kind of future, aim, which is perfection. Well, I find that exceedingly worrying, because my general position is against utopias, because they always end up in tears. So you can go from the French Revolution through the Communist Revolution through fascism.
Capitalism?
No, it's not a utopia, actually, if you look at it properly. It actually is built upon human fallibility. If you think about the invisible hand, it says we imperfect beings, through these mechanisms of the market, which admittedly are very imperfect at the moment, can produce good outcomes. So the role of the state is to manage those imperfections in such a way, but it doesn't claim perfection. And I say that's one of the strengths of, if you like,
covers it up.
English, Anglo-Scottish, British way of doing things, which is to recognise human fallibility. I think it's a huge strength. democracy.
But also religion
embodies
recognises
that.
human fallibility.
Some do, some don't.
Hey,
Yeah.
buddy, how you doing?
Hey, suddenly the IQ rises by 5,000%.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Religion
No, it
also
doesn't.
recognises human fallibility by
Which ones? Sorry.
by bringing about moral codes, because it's saying you can't behave,
Yeah.
you can't be trusted to behave, so therefore I'm bringing about these moral codes. So it also does the same thing. I don't think we can,
I'm sort of with you.
And I'm non-religious.
Realising,
but
no, but I think we're very similar in the sense we
Yes.
recognise the value of religion.
Yes.
Definitely. And I was talking to someone earlier about, for example, this gender identification thing.
Yes.
Which to me is enormously dangerous. And one of the, if you like, one of the effects of losing religion in this country. Authorities have no authority anymore. You know, the police, teachers, politicians, and the church have no authority. Therefore, there comes a point where you get into this weird situation where I can simply declare myself to be a woman. How bizarre is that? And the government approves of that.
Well, I think it's
Normal people using common sense think that's bizarre
And it's
and
not
wrong.
just that. I mean, Betty,
And I've yet to
Betty
find
on the
some-
live stream the other day was talking about that white lady that declared herself black.
You got the
Yes.
original thing, how he sees
Yes,
it.
exactly.
Yeah, so you've got lots of bizarre.
In the States, there's a guy, and he went to court because he said, I identified myself as a 4-year-old, and I want to be allowed to go to kindergarten.
Can I say
And when they said
something?
no, very quickly, when they said no, he then said to court, he took him to court, and the court said, this is ridiculous. So I identify myself as a 4-year-old.
Can I say something? No, but all the trans people, all the members of the T-girl community
tangent, yeah.
have all condemned that and said it's fucking ridiculous.
Nice to meet you.
Some of them have been a bit more tolerant towards the Rachel, what's the name, the woman who identifies as a black woman. I think that's stupid. I found it laughable the fact that people believed it. You know, she became the leader of the NAACP. How did she pass for black? Like,
Come on.
I have no problem with people who want to change their sex first sex. But
I think changing sex for me, it's just like being gay.
I agree with that, even though they say they're not, but I agree with you. I have a problem when they say, I identify myself as a woman. No, you don't.
Because although intellectually I agree
Well,
with...
did you watch that? I don't know if you heard the live stream, but Rob was on the live.
Well, there's a legal issue here which
it
hasn't
was
been
very good.
resolved.
I think Ash is incredibly eloquent, but...
Yeah.
Where is he?
What, Rob?
No, Ash.
Oh, Ash.
Ash is eloquent. Eloquent in the sense that you kind of get drawn into what Rob, I think, at some point called mumbo jumbo.
I call it parasite.
I know.
No, I don't know.
There's,
I don't
I
know.
actually did add that it might be
I think it's a bit
Dan
strange.
Dennett, yeah, that was good actually.
I think it would
Dan
be-
Dennett describes it as deepitude. So it's when people have this sort of, it all sounds extremely profound, and you think, and then you think about it, and you think, there's nothing
But did you
there.
notice that
Oh, I love that.
Did you notice
Oh,
on
I heard him say
on the
that. I
live
love
stream,
it.
Rob said that there, and you and I would disagree entirely, and I tried to put that point.
Yeah.
That he said that there was nothing positive about religion, which is
Well,
nonsense.
Well, I disagree with that. Yeah.
I disagree with
Of
that.
course, no.
I may
That
not
was
have to
that-
believe.
To me, that was not a rational position
Yeah,
to hold.
I may not have to believe in the metaphysics of religion, but I don't agree with it.
Of like civilizations, Rome, they were very tolerant towards all religions, and they built the greatest.
Well,
one of the
Yeah,
greatest.
but Rome,
Like towards the beginning part,
brother, Rome
until
used religion
Constantine.
to manipulate people. It was known that that's what the Romans did.
No,
I mean,
they
there was a
persecuted
toss-up
Jews
between
and
sun
Christians.
God and
Well, not,
Christianity at one point.
careful with
Who was
that,
going to give them more
because
control?
I do grant when what a lot of people don't say, when Constantine legalized Christianity, he at the same time he legalized Judaism and paganism of a different form. So it wasn't just that he legalized Christianity. He said, I now allow all religions other than the Romans. So a lot of people don't say that, but he allowed all. So he did have tolerance because he.
So I assume the Roman Empire before Constantine was pretty much like Genghis Khan. Like you can worship any religion you want, just pay taxes.
I suppose, yeah. But in Rome, so in 312 in Milan they legalized.
Hey, Veli, yeah, man might have to start making some mods now still, because the only thing man don't allow is fake. Is impersonators. Man trying to impersonate people.
Doesn't you have to return to Africa? Living in Africa.
I see.
So, good question. The point, listen carefully. You may understand what I'm saying, but not agree. That's fine. But don't mix the two up. So, you asked the question. I'll make this point. Having a home does not mean that you are limited to the home, your own home. You may go wherever you are welcome. So some people choose to go, they may live here, and then they may be invited to visit their friends in another country.
Yes.
Yeah, so just because you have a home doesn't mean that you can't come outside your home. So a race having a homeland doesn't mean that the people cannot leave their homeland. They can leave their homeland to go wherever they're invited or wherever they're
What's the point though? Because you've got that now.
Ah, good. What is the point?
No
The point is there are some people, there are groups of people that are trying to destroy the concept of a race, ethnicity, nation, and family, and so on. They're all running in a line. Yeah. There are people.
Family?
Yes, that's right. So the same ideology that would seek to destroy a nation is the same ideology that would seek to destroy a family.
Well, what nations is anybody trying to destroy?
We've met Germans earlier that claim to be European rather than German. In fact, every German we've spoken to today has said that, haven't they? And that might be because they're ashamed to be proud about being German.
Let me give you an example. Okay, here's an example. This will explain, because the question is, what nations are being destroyed? That's the question.
Yeah.
Am I correct? What nations are being destroyed? And so, I'm going to try and answer that question by giving you an illustration of what happened today, and a few of us were here to witness. So, a few German people, a German family came up here, and I said, can I ask you, I said, are you German? They said, yes, we're German. I said, okay, very good, very good. I said, I'm now going to ask you a question. What do German people look like? You know, ask that question?
Yeah.
What do German people look like? What did she say?
She said something along the lines that she didn't know.
She didn't know.
You can't tell whether someone's
Well,
German.
why is that puzzling to you? Because you're presumably British, are you?
No,
You're not British.
Hold it. Let's go step by step. So that was the first question. Yeah, all right. So that was the first question. What do German people look like? She looks like a German, and she says she doesn't know. So I said, ask the second question. I said, yeah, what does a German person look like? The German people said they don't know. So then I asked the second question. I said, do I look like a German to you?
And it's a difficult question for her to answer, wasn't it? In fact, she couldn't answer it. She wouldn't answer it.
So what's the point you're making? I'm still
okay.
trying to understand.
Good. So,
there's no point. It's just a simple answer, a question.
Right. So,
there's no point.
We get to the point.
It was an awkward question. It was an awkward question for the German to answer, understandably.
Yeah. So going back to your question, what nations are being destroyed? The point I'm making, when you can no longer identify a person who belongs to a particular nation, then that nation is destroyed.
No. Why?
Does that make sense?
Where is your origin?
Hey, comments, give me 1 second, commenters. I'm just doing something on my other phone. I'm gonna try to regulate the imposters. Give me 1 second.
No, you just don't work. What are you supposed to think? Kind of, I don't know,
What's up, man? Right. Looking at the skies.
Oh, you recognize me?
Yeah,
oh,
no.
yeah, my 5 can. So that means you are.
I'm in my 5 now, yeah. I'm live streaming right now on this camera, you know, they can hear your voice. He said you don't want to talk no more. Live stream, it's about 350 people watching. Yeah. That's how many people's watching. These are the comments. Just scroll back through. Just scroll back through and go through audience.
This man is a real influence on me. We're just talking about chivalry.
Are you here at present?
Identified your name,
I
just want to ask
sorry. Probably yes, I came just before the chivalry thing.
I was giving you a speech about
immediately he was
No, it depends. We have to give YouTube a reason of why it's like a good reason of why it's why it compromises your privacy or something like that. So if a child is that important to you.
Didn't realise chivalry was what
Did you see he's happy to record something but not to be recorded?
Yes, he was looking. Or when you're trying to record it.
Then she said I said there's some consequences because now when these men and women take place, there's no like rules to govern relations.
As a means of persuasion.
Going to YouTube. I haven't had the time to sit there.
The live streamers. I'm going to log out in a minute. I'm going to come back. Soon. Give me 2 minutes or something. Soon.